Alright guys, I'm going to be making chicken teriyaki pineapple bowls. I've never made this before, but I had pineapple and everything that was needed, so I thought, why not? So first you're going to cut your pineapple up. Ideally, try to cut it into squares to make it easier to scoop. My first attempt is not the best. My second attempt will be far better. And I'll show you that next. Also be aware of the core. I did not do it in this part, but try to cut the core down the middle so whenever you scrape that out, you can just be done with it and not have to worry about it later. But you see the gist here, cut into squares. You can save this pineapple for later. And scoop it out with a spoon. Like I said, make sure to throw the core out because I did not do that. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's core in here. But yes, so empty bowl. And that's what you're going to want for both of them. So this is how I suggest you cut next time. Or your first time. Cut into a square. Down. The core is separate. And then you have the yummy pineapple at the side. And it's much, much easier to scoop. So that's how I recommend you do it. And you have two nice empty cores. Make sure you scrape the juice out as well because you're going to need that for the sauce. So next, you're going to want to have a 1/3 cup of low sodium soy sauce. I just use regular because whatever. You're going to want to use 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. And there's the third. Sploot. You're going to want to use 1 tablespoon of pineapple juice. So I had a little bit of the extras. 3 cloves of garlic. I just did 1 tablespoon because I don't know what 3 cloves of garlic is. 2 teaspoons of fresh ginger. I actually use a ginger paste. And that works really well for me because I just don't conveniently have fresh ginger on me at all times. And honestly, it's super great. It's super yummy. And it's still very gingery. And lastly, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. So fragrant. I love it. It's super yummy in my tummy. Okay, now you're going to mix. The ginger got stuck, but you're going to whisk that bad bitch around. Show it who boss. Keep mixing it. You don't have to keep mixing it. I was just like, damn, there's a chunk. And I tried to get it out. It didn't work. So whatever, fudge it. Okay. Next, you're going to get your chicken breast. Cut it up. This is not how you properly cut. Do not do what I am doing. You need to... I'll show you at the end how to properly do it because I did not do that. What I'm doing is not ideal, so do not follow what I'm doing. But the point is I cut the chicken. I know how to properly cut chicken, but sometimes I'm just a lazy biatch. And I'm like, fudge it and risk my fingers, you know? Know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. I'm not a professional cook. Shit, you know? Okay, so cut all your chicken up into nice little bits. And that's okay. That's how you cut. That's how you cut. What I did earlier, not okay. Do that way. Okay, next, you add a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. And TBH, I added a little bit too much salt, in my opinion. But it was still very good. With the pineapple, it evened it out because the pineapple is so sweet and it was so fresh that it was like whatever. But I think if I could reverse the recipe, I would add just a little bit less salt. Oh, little guy, try to get out. Okay, a little less salt next time. Mix it around. Now we're ready. It's delightful. Oh, there's my hand. Okay, so make sure your pot is hot before you add the oil because I don't know why. Chefs just say to do that. I follow it. I think it's better that way. Okay, so go ahead and start cooking your chicken. I put mine on, I have like I think a 10 scale thing on my oven. I did like a 5, whatever. But medium heat. Let it cook. We don't want to burn and we want the chicken tender. So make sure you're moving it around often because you don't want the tiny little pieces, because I did not cut my meat evenly. You don't want the tiny pieces to get burned. While that's happening, make sure to put your rice in your rice cooker or on your pot or whatever. I just like plain white rice, but you can, I'm sure, have brown rice or whatever kind of rice you want. Back to the chick. Okay, so it's kicking around. It's still a little pink, but at this point, I like to add the sauce because then the chicken can cook with the sauce and it won't burn it, and I've had success with that. Make sure to get the brown sugar that's in there because it's going to stay and you want that sweet stuff. So make sure to scrape it out with the spatula and mix it in there because no one gets left behind in this recipe, you know. You're going to want to let it mix around with the chicken, obviously. And you're going to want to let it boil just a little bit. We're going to add cornstarch in it a little bit to thicken it because it's too runny, but you want to naturally let it kind of bubble like that. So let it bubble, let it do its thing while you clean up. Try to clean up as you go because it's so much easier, but that's not part of the recipe. That's just what I like to do. So add the cornstarch. And make sure you mix it with water because it will clump. It will clump and you're going to fucking regret it. Mix it with water. Don't be lazy. Because it's in a clump there. I did not add enough water. I wasn't trying to be lazy either. I just didn't add enough water. So add more water. But don't do it because it's going to get clumpy and it's going to be a bitch to dissipate. So add water. And look, you can already see the sauce thickening up. That sweet, sweet, dark, sexy sauce. It's already thickening up. And that's what you want. You know. So mix it around. Let it simmer. I put it on low, but honestly, you could probably turn it off at this point because the pan's still really hot. So just let it simmer for a hot minute. Let it do its thing. And just keep mixing it around. Yummy in my tummy. I guess I mixed it for a hot minute. I didn't realize this. I thought I would have more to say when I started the video. I had more to say, you know, like you're thinking of what you're going to say in the recording and then you don't have a lot to say. But whatever, here it is. And then now you add your rice and your chicken and there's your little pineapple bowl. It's so yummy. And you can add pineapple on top. I didn't purely for the aesthetic. I mean, it was really, really good. And I suggest you add pineapple on top. But I didn't purely for the aesthetic. So there you go. Thanks for watching.